Hi, this is Nicole Peterson, and I wanted to do today's video on the best strategy to mine so that you can maximize your results for the Visionary SysRep. Now, the first thing that you want to do after you log in to your back office is go up to Capricoin and purchase mining slots. And you can see here that this is one of our two accounts that Andy and I have. But with this account, we're platinum, so we've got up to 80 slots per week that we can mine for. For this coming week, we've currently only mined 3, but we could mine up to 80. And we've mined at least 1 slot for the next 3 weeks. But the first question you may be asking yourself is, why do I want to qualify for the SysRep? And what is the SysRep? And that's an excellent question, because when you qualify for the SysRep, you will receive additional or extra mining units on top of the mining units you've already mined for. So how do you qualify for the SysRep? The only thing you have to do to qualify for the SysRep is mine at least 1 slot per week during those 10 weeks of the SysRep, which is why we've got at least 1 mining unit for each week. Now, the first thing you might want to do is figure out what week we are currently in the SysRep. So you will want to go to the wholesale platform, and we just click on this blue wholesale platform button. And you will see in the second clock here, it says time till SysRep. We have 17 days and 7 hours to the next SysRep. So we'll go down to the calendar, and currently we're here on July the 2nd. And if you go 7 days, 14 days, 15, 16, 17, and 7 hours, it's going to take us to July 20th. So July 20th will be the end of the SysRep. So we've got this week here, which is week 1. We've got next week, week 2, and the following week is week 3. So we've got 3 weeks that we should mine at least 1 slot per week. So we go back here, and you can actually see we've got 1, 2, 3. We've actually done an extra week. So we could have waited and started mining at the beginning of week 1 for the next SysRep, the week of July the 20th, in order to really truly maximize our results. Because how this works is at the end of the SysRep on July the 20th, we will receive extra or additional mining units to mine for upcoming slots for following weeks. So we can use the additional mining units that we will receive at the end of the SysRep to mine for the following 10 weeks. Now, what if you've mined 1 slot per week every week, and you're still earning commissions? 30% of your commissions are still going into your mandatory balance, and you've got the opportunity to actually purchase more mining units. What should you do? Well, you've got 2 options you should look at, and you can either max out your slots for the current week, or you can leave your mining units on your account. And these 2 pools are reflective of which way you may want to go. So for example, these are all the mining units we have on our account, which we have not mined, and they are in pool 1. These are all the mining units we have purchased and we've mined, so they're in pool 2. So you can see we're a little unbalanced, but closer to the SysRep, you're going to want to take note of these percentages, because if you've got more units in pool 1, and pool 1 is currently out at 91.5%, which is really very high. Let's say we've got 94, let's say it's the end of the SysRep, and we've got 94 active mining units, we would receive 94 times 91.5%. We would receive 86 more units from Pool 1 of the SysRep. Now, with Pool 2, as it currently stands, we would receive 57.21% more than we have here. So currently, as it stands now, you may want to have more units in Pool 1, but that is a decision that each of us need to make individually. And these numbers and percentages vary day to day, hour to hour. They're real time, so they're constantly changing. So it's something that you want to keep note of. I hope that really makes sense, because it means you don't have to mine one slot per week for the next 10 weeks beyond the current SysRep period. If you're active with Vizionary and you're logging into your back office every week and you're making sure you've got your units mined every week. When you're active, you will be logging into your back office every week. And the week of the July 20th, which will be the first week of the new SysRep, you will then come in here and you will be able to use some of the additional or extra mining units you received from the previous SysRep towards this new SysRep. So this is a really important strategy in order to maximize your results for the SysRep. So what you want to do is find out when the next SysRep is and make sure you're mining at least one slot per week so that you can qualify for that SysRep. And at the end of that SysRep, you will receive additional or extra mining units, which you can actually use towards mining for the next 10 weeks in the next SysRep. So I thought that this was a very important tip for you, because I've seen a few members actually mining beyond the point of beyond the 17 days, the next SysRep. And they're continuing to mine, 10 weeks down, and they've got one mining slot. And I've seen some members who will mine more than one, maybe several weeks out. So for example, they've mined past the SysRep, and maybe they're in week 7 and there's 6 mined units rather than just one, which is not necessary. So that will provide you with the best strategy for your results in the Vizionary SysRep.